Flexbox or Grid, the two layout titans in CSS. Which one should you master? Which one will help you create stunning design faster and better? Which one will make your design go from meh to magnificent? Stick around because today I'm about to break it down. No flop, just the facts you need. First, I want you to take a second and ask yourself, why does the comparison matters? Let's face the fact. The truth is, clean layouts can either build or break down your website. But here's the catch. Should you use Flexbox, the single-axis alignment expert, or Grid, the grandmaster of 2D layout? Today, I'll show you where each of them shines and where they struggle, and how you can use them to build layout like a pro. Flexbox. Flexbox is all about one-dimensional control. That means aligning items in rows or columns. You need to center something, one line of code. It's flexible. Here's an example. Let's build a navigation bar. Here, we have a header that has a logo and list items. Let's give the header to be display flex and align items of center with justify contents to be spaced within. With just few lines of code, we have created a nav bar. But I want you to take note of this. Flexbox has its limitations. Just imagine you're given a task to create a layout just like this using Flexbox. This will not only mentally stress you, it will mentally and physically stress you out. That's where CSS Grid comes to place, because we as developers, all we want is to make our life much more easier. So with CSS Grid, that would be the best tool for us. Now, let's talk about Grid, the heavyweight champion of layout. Unlike Flexbox, Grid isn't limited to one-dimensional plane. Therefore, it lets you have control over the rows and columns at the same time. Here we have a container that has 3 sets of items. Let's give the item to be display grid and specify how many columns we want. Give the column to have its own weight. Then give gap between the 3 columns. Just like this, we have created a grid layout. You want the first item to span 2 items? Target the first item and give it a span of 2. And just like this, you have adjusted the grid layout. This is the power you get when you use CSS Grid. Grid gives you full control over complex layouts. But be aware that CSS Grid is not always the fastest option for a simple task. Why? Yo, calm down. Let me show you why. For a simple task like creating a nav bar, when using CSS Grid, you have to declare the number of rows you want and the number of columns you want. The size of the rows and columns you want, which is a lot stressful to us. In some cases, you have to identify how you want the rows and columns to span through, which is a lot stressful. Why do that when we are as developers and we want easy mode? Just look at CSS Flexbox here. All you need here is just a display flex and justify content, and your navbar is good to go. When should you use CSS Flexbox and when is the perfect time to use Grid? Let's put these two in a test of real-world scenario. When it comes to navigation bars, Flexbox wins because it's made for a one-dimensional alignment. When you're building a complex dashboard with multiple sections, Grid wins for sure. Because of its 2D capabilities, it makes it a perfect choice. Let me give you a cheat sheet. When you're working on a project, use Flexbox for small components, like navbars, buttons, and alignment of elements. When it comes to Grid, when you're working on a full-page website, use Grid for it, to create the full-page layout of the website, or creating a card, or anything with rows and columns. CSS Grid will be the perfect choice for that. And the winner for this showdown is both. That's right. As a web developer, it isn't about choosing side. It's about choosing the right tool for the job. Most modern websites use both together for the ultimate layout magic. Do you want to master this layout legend? If yes, then click on this video.